sharing the gospel with people, whether on campus or in your off time when you're not at school?
I have a big social media presence. I usually use that. I'm always like putting like God on my Instagram story, and then people like slide up and they're like, "Shit, I didn't know." And then I like go and like I've got like a bunch of Bibles, like the mini ones. You know those dudes that give out mini Bibles? I've got like a whole collection going. I'm trying to get like the most like a giant like collection of like all like the different colors of Bibles. I want to get one in Spanish. I want to get one in Italian.
Oh yeah.
Maybe like the original like Roman translation. I don't know. I feel like that's like probably long gone, which is like sad.
Well, yeah. There's the Greek, which is the original language of the New Testament. Although there's a little bit Aramaic in there, but in the Old Testament is Hebrew, and then sections of Aramaic. Like Daniel has a whole couple of chapters like in Aramaic. But yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah. So do you profess to be a Christian then?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's that look for you? Like what? When were you saved? If you know what I mean.
I was saved. So back. I'm from a small town called Seattle, Washington.
That little dinky town up there. Yeah. Did they finally get some traffic lights on that big intersection?
No, unfortunately.
That's why they have all the accidents.
The new socialist government's actually trying to get rid of all traffic lights in the city. They want to just make it. They want to take it back.
Free for all.
To free for all. Like all stop signs, like the Industrial Revolution and its consequences, all that shit. Oh yeah, totally. Seattle's like perfect for horses. But back to how I was saved.
Okay.
So I was the year's 2020. I'm hanging out in Seattle, Washington, at Capitol Hill, the neighborhood where the homosexuals go to fornicate, you know? And then I see like a bunch of guys. They're all like in a circle. They have like furry suits. They've got like leather. And then I'm like, God damn, this is like sad. And then I like turn around, and then there's like a face in the clouds. I look up and I'm like, wait, what? What's that? And it looks like this guy. He's got long hair. He's got like a nice beard. He may have a robe. I don't really know. I couldn't really see. But then it was like, holy shit, it's fucking Jesus Christ.
Oh, so he was speaking to you because you were blaspheming his name. Is that why you saw that vision?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Because he would be guilty of hell forever for blaspheming God's name, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
But then he came down.
You got that right.
He came down, and then he was like, yo, Max, I've got something really fucking dope to tell you. Have you heard of the New Testament? And I was like, I've heard of it like once, like a long time ago. One of my old friends was like pretty big into like the Bible fandom. So then he was like, okay, you gotta read this one. It says John 3:16. And I was like, holy shit, that fucking resonates with me. And then I was like, okay, I have to come to Oregon, the most satanic state out of all the states in the entire fucking country, and I have to preach the gospel of like Jesus and stuff like that. So yeah, that
sounds pretty harsh. I'm a native Oregonian, and it's pretty sad, that's come to this.
Are you from around Portland?
I grew up in Portland, the Portland area. Yeah, but I'm in Grants Pass now.
Yeah, that's a much more.
I went south.
That's a much more like Christian-friendly environment, I would imagine.
A little bit, although we had our first Pride Festival in June, it's on its way down. So, are you a good and moral person? Would you say?
Everybody has like a different definition of morality.
Okay, well, to be clear on it, the standard is the 10 Commandments. So, have you kept the 10 Commandments? Do you think?
Well, I love my neighbors so much. They're great people. I don't steal.
Never stolen?
I did once, but then I was like, holy shit,
I feel
so bad.
So you've broken the 9th commandment, which is lying. So you lied about stealing and
yeah,
stolen.
But then I repented for lying also.
A lying thief and a blasphemer, because I heard you blaspheme. Have you ever hated anybody, you think?
Hate's a strong word. I used to, but I also got over that. I'm now more like just passive aggression in a sense. I feel like that's like slightly better than hate.
You have hated somebody
Have you ever hated someone?
Oh yeah, I've broken all the 10 Commandments. No doubt about that. Guilty.
Most people have.
Yeah. Have you ever looked at somebody with lust? Do you think?
I definitely.
Yeah.
Never.
Me neither.
So you're breaking the 9th commandment?
No, I'm asexual.
No,
okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the ultimate fucking Christian way.
I think sex is actually really gross. Like honestly.
Really gross.
It's hard.
Okay. So then how do we have babies? How is it possible we just all die?
I think I would actually commit suicide if I was raped.
Okay, but here's
So you
here's,
murder
here's my
yourself
idea.
then. Wow, do you know that's a violation of the sixth commandment? You shall not murder.
I've got a new idea.
I kind of would rather than have to suffer for 9 months plus however long I have to deal with that child.
We make asexual
Or if I just
Christianity.
die.
See,
They
your
like-
mom suffered with you for 9 months,
Oh yeah,
right?
and she also did unassisted pregnancy, so she like wanted to feel all the extra pain too.
Wow,
I don't
that's
understand
different.
how she
Have
does
you ever
that.
stolen anything before? You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're a lying thief, right? And a murderer at heart,
Would you?
because you want to kill yourself, right?
Well, I don't want to
have
kill
you ever?
myself right now. Just
What's that?
I don't want to kill myself right now. Just if I would ever happen to have been raped and impregnated, because I wouldn't have sex of my own volition.
So then you would let me see.
Someone else can populate the world for me.
Okay, so let me now tell me if I'm saying this right. You would be in favor of punishing the baby, the child, for the crime of the father, right? Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's not a
By-
baby until like trimester 3-ish, or after
By
it's born.
well, by what standard?
By the words that doctors use, like.
Well, because science says it's
medical
science says
terminology.
it's a human at conception, so that's why abortifacients are
Well, a human
murder,
is
because
different from a
the
baby.
baby's been created, and then if it hasn't attached to the uterine wall, and you take an abortifacient birth control, then it kills the baby because it prevents him from attaching to the uterine wall, and it murders the baby. The baby dies.
Is that
so
birth control or like abortion?
that's well, in a sense, it's abortifacient. Is what that's the
Abortifacient.
that's
Okay,
the
that's a
word.
much
It's
cooler
like, it's
word.
like the $25 word there.
That's a way
But it's a
cooler word
horrible
than it is.
a horrible thing, for to murder a baby that way.
Wait, say it one more time.
But then
Abortifacient?
abortifacients.
Abortifacient.
Yeah, you can look it up.
That's fucking
All that
metal
stuff's
as shit.
available.
Holy fuck.
But like here in Oregon, you could a woman could be in labor and she could go to the abortion mill and the doctor can reach in there and grab the skull, crush the skull, rip the head off, rip the arms and legs off, put them on the table, make sure you got everything, and then it's all supposedly legal. What's that?
It's only if the mother's life is in danger.
Nope. And no restrictions. Look it up. Yeah, go ahead and look. Feel free to look it up. It's all on the internet. So that's why I'm really sad, because I grew up in Oregon and it's come to this, where we have gay marriage, and we have homosexuality and abortion, all of that in my state.
I have a question. What do you think about
Sure.
gay divorce?
Well, there's no such thing, because you can't have marriage between a man and a woman. Jesus talked about that.
Hypothetically, to get rid of hypothetically.
Yeah, well, there was slavery legally too. Is slavery okay?
Hypothetically, to get
Yeah,
rid of gay marriage.
Nazi Germany, you could murder Jews. Is that okay?
Absolutely not.
Okay,
But-
good. So you have
Okay,
some
I'm
standards.
talking. Can you listen?
Sure.
Thank you. Slavery and all of those awful things you just said are not legal today
Right
now.
Right.
in America. But gay marriage is. So it still is valid right now.
Not according to God. Yeah.
So what about all
So if a law came out that said, okay, sorry, go ahead.
what about all the other gods? They just not exist?
Oh, they do. Yeah, the Bible calls them demons.
Okay.
So yeah, anything that's a little g, that's kind of a long story, but they are followers of Satan. So they are demonic angels. So yeah, you go way back. A third of the angels departed with Satan and became demons. Right? That's part of biblical history. You probably know that. And how many are there? We don't know. But there's a limited number of demons. And we see demon-possessed people pretty regularly. You can tell because they do wicked things. They do, and the person changes. Like they'll be talking to you normally, and all of a sudden they'll just make some weird face and make some weird statement and strange noises and all that stuff, and then they'll go back to the way they were. You go, oh, that's demon possession. And you see that in the Bible. But Jesus cast them out. The apostles cast them out, and the Bible said that they were in their right mind and even clothed. Like there's several instances that where they run around naked, and so nakedness is a sin, right? And so the demon when it's cast out, and then the person, what's that?
What about cutting your hair?
I thought having clothes was bad. Like the
Yeah, you can't cut your hair.
Not according to the Bible.
What about
Yeah, there's a lot of
Is
things.
it like the cotton or whatever?
What's that?
Take a wild guess.
But like, is it like cotton or something?
Yeah, take a
There's
guess.
like
Am I a born again Christian? Or am I just
Oh yeah,
like,
well I'm not
the guy
Jewish,
hanging
so
out?
yeah, that was for Jewish.
I thought that was
Yeah, it's for Jewish priests, right? So I'm not Jewish. Yeah,
I thought
so
it was for a different religion.
no, yeah, you don't want to apply something to everyone. Like if I said, "Oh, you're not wearing a uniform and a badge, and where's your radio and where's your gun?" I'm gonna do a citizen's arrest on you. I'm like, "What are you talking about, John? I'm not a policeman." Oh, right. Those laws don't apply to you. So like in the same way, I'm not Jewish. Like Samson, you know who Samson was? Like he couldn't touch dead bodies, couldn't cut his hair, and he couldn't drink strong wine. That doesn't apply to everybody. It was only to Nazarites. So yeah, you got to be careful when you're just taking broad brush stuff.
Oh yeah, no.
You know,
I'm
yeah,
not,
yeah.
I'm just
So that's the idea, and that's a common one. You know, you eat shellfish? Love it.
Here's the
I had
million-dollar
bacon this
question.
morning. You know, like so. Oh, sure, yeah.
So hypothetically, the gays and the LGBT community, why, in your perspective, does God not cure them? Why is
Cure them? You mean like
Well,
from their sins?
From their
I'm not
attractions.
from what you say as sins. Why doesn't God intervene?
Oh, he does. Yeah, he saves many people. He has. We know of a guy that was at.
I'm not saying the people he has saved. I'm saying the ones.
Oh, the ones. Why does it keep going on? That's a great question because he ultimately he's not going to save everyone. Even the heterosexuals. In fact, yeah, that's a good question. But I'm trying to finish the question he asked. But that there'll be more heterosexuals in hell than there will homosexuals and LGBT and all those combined. Just because of numbers, it's because the homosexual, if you want to call it LGBTQ, whatever you want to call it, anything other than heterosexual, there'll be a small percentage in hell, but there'll be a huge percentage of heterosexuals in hell. Those that have committed fornication, and adultery. Adultery's big. Like Planned Parenthood, their statistics said 65% of abortions are committed because of fornication. That's not even counting adultery. So just fornication, sex outside of marriage. So, but yeah, there's going to be more heterosexual sinners in hell than there will be homosexuals.
Okay, I got one question for you.
Sure. I'm sorry. Did I answer that or?
No, that's fine.
Ask me another question.
So
Okay.
don't take this on like
I appreciate your patience,
on like
man.
your faith or anything like that. But so there's a lot of religions. You're aware of that. How do we know? How do we know that this God is